Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get your home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get their team's expertise anytime. Download the Lowe's app to find what you need today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers will play the San Diego Padres in the National League playoffs. The Padres beat Atlanta last night 5-4 to advance. Game 1 in the best of 5 is Saturday at Dodger Stadium. The Padres have been tough on the Dodgers this season, winning 8 of 13 games. As the NFL heads into Week 5, the league's 6 black head coaches are 15-10. Pittsburgh's Mike Tomlin, Houston's D'Amico Ryan, and Tampa Bay's Todd Bowles are 3-1. Raheem Morris of Atlanta and Antonio Pierce of the Raiders are 2-2. New England's Gerard Mayo is under 500 at 1-3. Adidas is getting ready to release a special edition of the Crazy 8 Low sneaker for 5 HBCU schools. The shoe was part of the endorsement deal Kobe Bryant had with Adidas in the late 1990s. Adidas has designed a new version of the shoe featuring the logo and school colors of Alabama State, Alcorn State, Grambling, Prairie View, and Arkansas Pine Bluff. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
I need you, dollar, that's what I need.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your shadow with me? Time to get it.
First person shooter mode, we turning your son to a funeral. To the just say they don't office, you better be talking about working in cubicles. Yeah, them boys had that lot, but I knew the code. Lot of debating my numero, not the 3, not the 2, I'm the UNO. Yeah. Numero UNO, me and Drizzy the like the Super Bowl, man. It then it big as the what? Big as the what?
Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just 2 guys playing that they did in the studio. Usually send they verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the GOAT. I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you really rooting for? Like a kid that had bad from January to November. It's just you and Cole. Biggest what?
All right, so I let Jay Pharoah pick the opening track. What are we listening to for those who don't know, and why did you choose it?
That's J. Cole and Drake, First Person Shooter, and I wanted to play it because that's before everything went left for him. So I wanted to go ahead and play that.
Since you went there, what did you make of everything going left for him?
I don't think he predicted what was going to happen, and I'm not going to say too much because he still follows me on Instagram. Yeah. But I feel like he wouldn't have released that track in the 2032 if he would have known that it would have been this situation right now. He didn't see this coming.
That is not the first rap battle you've ever experienced, obviously.
Nah.
There have been many prior to, and there'll be many afterwards.
Oh yeah.
What in the context of all the rap battles we have been subjected to,
right,
or been entertained by,
right?
How would you rate that one?
You know what? Listen, everything is fun. Everything is fun until somebody gets hurt or whatever. Yeah. And both of those brothers are still alive, and it was it's a combat sport, So I feel like it's number 2 because Jay-Z and Nas I feel like was number 1, and I'll say number 3. I'll say was Pac and Big. I mean, it was so magnanimous. But, you know, ultimately they both lost their lives. So, you know, we all lost because the talent is not here no more. Yeah. And now people are being brought up on charges because of that. So, you know, I feel like that's number 3 just because they died. But it was still the beef that pretty much moved both coasts. It was like East versus West, and you know, some people from the East, some people couldn't come out to the West Coast. Some people in the West, you know what I mean, had to watch the back on the East Coast. But nobody's like Kendrick can't come to Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still able to go to Niagara Falls. Like there's no there's really no high stakes here. I mean,
let me ask you whether or not on balance, because we could debate this just for hours.
Oh,
right?
my gosh.
On balance, are these battles good for the game?
Absolutely. Okay. Because I mean, you know, the game is based on competition, and it's all about, you know, who's the best and who can rise to the occasion. But you know, maybe you shouldn't mess with people under 5'5" when it comes to when it comes to rap beats. Because you know, obviously, you know, when somebody does have a chip on their shoulder, someone who's not a 6-footer or over, they're deadly with the tongue. You know what I mean? That tongue is a sword. You know what I mean?
Kendrick did give us the bop of the summer.
He gave us the bop of the summer.
Summer bop, man. No question about it.
I've only listened to that song. I've only heard it fully through twice. You know, because I'm like, yeah, this is good, but you know, I still got my OVO hoodie. You know. Yeah, Kendrick has never hung out with me, and you know, but I mean, he's cool. Of course, he's cool. But you know, I've talked to him, of course, and I respect the artistry. But you know, I gave Drake his first sketch on SNL. You know, I did that with him. You know, bag jacking B words, and you know, we built up a rapport and a camaraderie. So, you know, I was hoping that I said, damn, man, my boy going down. It's like when you see your homeboy get beat up, and then you just gotta pick him up afterwards and tell him it's all right. Be like, it's all right, man. Yeah. Come on, man. Let's go over here. Let's get a drink.
That's what friends are for. Right? Somebody said that's what friends are for, right?
Absolutely.
We jumped in so fast. Of course, I've been on for a couple hours already, so we've been promoting that Jay Pharoah was coming on. Yes. I did not know, as I said, that Jay was actually coming in studio. Sometimes in the busyness of things, stuff gets lost. I knew Jay was on. I didn't know I was going to actually see Jay today. He made my day. Negro, you made my day.
Hey, man, you made my day, brother. You know, my apostolic brother.
Yeah, you made
What's going on?
Praise the Lord.
Yes, sir.
You made my day coming in.
Hey, you know, I almost didn't make it, though. I hit about so many U-turns, I couldn't find the place. You know what I mean? You stayed.
We in the cut.
I understand.
There's a reason for that.
I understand. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't snitching on the location.
His name.
I'm here. I'm here.
He is here.
I'm here without bullet hole. I'm fine.
He is here, and I'm glad he's here. His name is Jay Pharoah, Saturday Night Live alum. He made an SNL reference a moment ago. We'll talk about that.
Absolutely.
It's the 50th year of SNL. We'll get some of Jay's flashbacks from his time on the show. But I wanted him on today because he has a new YouTube comedy special. It's called Jared. It is hilarious.
Thank you, man.
Before we come forward, just a little taste of what you're going to get in the special.
We are all in this thing together. We are all messed up. And no matter how messed up you think you are, there's always somebody more up than you. You understand? That's real talk. Real talk. That's why they call it Gen Z. Because don't nothing good come after Z. Ain't nothing after Z. I don't know how a generation can be so sensitive and violent at the same time. What are they so mad about? You don't even know how to write in cursive, you little Nobody canceled anybody from my generation and back. We didn't cancel people. Y'all realize R. Kelly ain't go to jail till 2019? We knew he was up, but we was like, it's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Yo, I can't wait to see Trump with the cornrows. He just on the prison yard, somebody walk up to him, yeah, what up, Trump? What's going on, my G? He's like, first off, your set and the click you claim. West side where we ride, we come quick with game. You claim to be a player, but guess what? Your wife grabbed it by the It was absolutely phenomenal. It was.
What's your quarrel with the world? You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know? The United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time. Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 400,000 of these legal tender silver dollars were issued. These first ever Morgan silver dollars are brand new with stunning mirror-like finish, minted by the iconic San Francisco Mint. Call now and you're guaranteed a new first ever 99.9% pure silver proof Morgan dollar. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9717. If you order now, you will receive a free coin collector bonus pack, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9717 now to secure your new Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-9717.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Freedom is an endless meeting. So let's get back to it with Tavis Smiley.
So I'm in this situation. I'm talking to her. That's when her husband gets up. I kid you not. This really happened. Her husband gets up. He sticks his middle finger up at me, and he calls me the N-word with a hard ER. Look at the white people in here. I would never. Well, not with a hard ER, but that GA is subjective, jigga. I'm not going to repeat exactly what he said because it's going to make you as mad as it made me in that moment, so I will paraphrase. You understand? He said, "We paid money to see you, you effing N-word." Oh, the spirit of Dr. King started talking to me immediately. You understand? It was literally like he came back from the dead and he was like, "Now I understand you normally like to keep things peaceful around here, but I ain't walk all them miles and take all them ass whippings for you to be called N-word in front of people who love and support you." What I'm saying is do it for me, do it for Rosa, do it for Jesse. J. Pharoah, put down your cross and beat his ass. Beat his ass. God almighty, beat his ass.
Ain't nobody like him. That's Jay Pharoah.
That's real. That happened in Cleveland, 2022. I'll never forget that. And that guy wears it as a badge of honor. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He owns a pizza shop. And the club that I was at, Hilarities, they ordered pizza from that place. And one of the people walked in, and they said, yo, I got pizzas go for Hilarities. And the owner was like, oh, Hilarities? You know Jay Pharoah? And then the guy was like, yeah. He's like, well, there's a situation that happened with me and him over there. And, yeah, it got hot. And I'm like, he wears it as a badge. So it's like almost he went there just to kind of do that. And that's, the state of the world in general, just people being emboldened to be that racist now. Yeah. Where before it was more, it wasn't as radical. Now it's just overtly radical. People just don't care. And I think that is due to, when the leadership changed back in 2016 and you had all of these closeted races come out of the closet, essentially. And they feel like they don't have to hold back now because of where we have gone and where we came from. And then it's like a smack to the Obama administration, because that was 8 years, and then we just regressed. We just went back so quick.
Well, Trump, when you started talking, you see I wrote down Trump here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The minute you started talking, I said, this is all about Trump, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Trump opens up the door for all of this. And in many respects, I've said this repeatedly, and I stand by this, you're hard-pressed to convince me that Trump is not the response to Obama.
Right.
That's the whole point. I've told this story before, Jay. You'll appreciate this. Harry Belafonte was a dear friend of mine. God rest his soul. Love Mr. B.
Yes.
And I was with him around the time of Obama's election and inauguration. And at the occasion of his inauguration, Mr. B started crying. And I'm thinking he's crying tears of joy because, in his lifetime, he never thought he'd see a black president, yada, yada, yada. And when he finally got himself together, I put my arm around him, and I said, this must be a very special moment for you. He said, it is, but that's not why I'm crying, Tavis. And I was caught off guard. He went on to explain to me that he was crying because he knew what this moment meant for the future. He had lived long enough to know that there was going to be a white lash.
Oh, man.
A backlash.
Yeah.
To Obama. And he was just already processing 8 years ahead of time in that moment. He's down the road 8 years already.
Yeah. And
after 2 terms, he knew.
He was a prophet. He knew what was going on.
He knew there's going to be a backlash or a white lash. And Trump.
White lash.
Yeah, exactly. Trump is the answer, right?
Yep.
So he opens the door for all that. But let me go back to the story you told. It was that comedy bit, that so many bits are for great comedians, built on true stuff.
Absolutely.
Stuff that really happened. So how do you take something that is so offensive, and turn it into gut bucket laughter for the rest of us?
You just have to you basically just gotta you gotta take the, as they say in England, you gotta take the piss out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say that, I mean you gotta call it for what it is. You put it out in front of everybody in such a lucid way to make people see this is 2022 and it shouldn't be happening, but it's still happening, which shows you that, have we gone far? Yes, we've gone far, but still we're able to snap right back to this position that we had years ago. And it's illogical. It makes no sense. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. So you take all of that with truth and you try to find the funny in it. I say this all right. Great comedians can find the punches through the pain, and you got to be able to find the pain through the punch. You got to be able to do that. You find the punchlines through the pain. So, I'm a black man. I'm in a coveted position where I see people who they've messed with. I see people who've been put on lists and things. So I'm like, I got to make a decision in that moment, but how far can I go? Right. And it's like, okay, am I going to hold myself all the way back for this? No, not all the way. You gonna get some of this. You gonna get some of this in the name of slavery. You gonna get some of this.
There you go.
You gonna get some of this. So that colonial rage just came, and my arms just went back and just shoved him. It looked like he was in Ludacris's or Missy Elliott's video. The way he was just flying across the floor. But then the camaraderie from everybody in the room that was on my side.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't even put that part in there. There's more to the bit. What happened after that would blow your mind, because the cop came in. Because
the cop showed up.
Because there was a cop at the club. That they have. They regularly check in
security,
with. He works whatever.
Yeah.
But for him to sit down with me at the end of that situation and ask me, as a white man, asking a black man, well, which one did he use? And then
the ER or the
did he say GA? And he said the word.
Yeah.
This man said the word, but I'm like, right now you're violating again. You're doing exactly what this man did, but you feel like you have the right and privilege to do so because you're in a position of power and authority, and I can't do anything to you at this point because you got a gun on your hip. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go. I can't push you. If I push you, I've assaulted a police officer. If I push this scumbag that called me the N-word on stage, well, it was a misunderstanding. So for him to sit there and, well, did he say jaw or did he say And I'm like, bro, you don't have but I really have to know. It sounds like it sounds like a Dave Chappelle bit, but it's not.
Yeah.
This is life. The fact that in 2022 when that happened, but the contemporary sense of the world that we're in right now, where we're at right now, the fact that is still going on is baffling. But it needs to be tackled.
Let me just tap in right quick. Since you're there, I'm gonna follow you all the way.
Absolutely.
So Maya Angelou was a godmother to me, and we had this.
Rest in peace.
Indeed, and in power.
Around the skies and the stars and alignment and things and sweetheart, you don't even understand your mind yet. Your mind as an individual doesn't mature until you get about 36 years old. And for women, it's much earlier. I've never even attempted that before.
and you killed it. And you killed it. And it wasn't a cue, but I love a professor. He just went in, right? like it was a cue. He just went in. What I was about to say was that Maya and I had this debate for a long time. As a matter of fact, years later, Cornel West, Michael Eric Dyson, and I did a recording together, a spoken word recording, where I was moderating on tape. It's on an album, actually. I was moderating West and Dyson debating the N-word. It's an amazing piece. I got to find out. I haven't heard that thing in years. But the point was, this debate started because Maya and I were having a back and forth dialogue about the word. She hates it, hated it, would not use it under any circumstance. And I'm defending the use of it in context.
Right.
I raised that to ask you, since you went there, about this story. As a comedian, as an artist, what's your read on the use of the word, and if we use it, whether or not it gives others license to use it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
And that's part of the bit, and that's part of what I say too. Now, I should, as an artist, of course, you're the person with the voice. You have the loudest voice in the room. So, if a change is to happen, it does start with the person with the microphone. However, you can't get mad at somebody for the use of that word with all of the history that it has and the way that it was used to dismantle us back in the day, and now we've taken that back and used it as a term of endearment, like taking the power back. It's just like I would say comparatively, it would be like somebody who was super heavy, you know what I mean, and they lost weight. You know what I mean? So you looking at them, you like, oh, you fat such and such and such and such. But if they lose that, all right, now I'm fit. Now what are you gonna say? You can't say anything. I've taken that fat. I took it upon myself to do something about it and incorporate it. It's still a part of me because I can get fat again, but now I'm in shape. I'm in shape, and I'll work towards that, and I work for that. So I should still be able to eat a Popeye's chicken sandwich. You can't say anything to me for eating this Popeye's chicken sandwich when, of course, it was a love, but I got over it. Mm-hmm. I got over the negativity in the situation. So I think it's a preference. People who use it, I don't get mad at them. People who decide not to use it, I understand. Yeah. But me, I ain't done yet.
You're not done.
I'm not done using it yet because there's a whole bunch in the world and we need to talk about it. Yeah. So
I'll just say this. Maya Angelou and I had that debate for years.
Yeah.
And she never convinced me. I'll just leave it at that. She didn't convince me. Although it was a powerful and persuasive argument, I was not ultimately convinced.
Well, let me ask you this, Tavis.
Yeah.
Who be tripping? Who trips? Black people don't trip. Who be tripping, Tavis? Exactly.
I'm with you.
Black people don't trip. We nice. Listen, we keep everything cordial. Who be tripping and causing problems? In the words of Chris, who be tripping?
Truth.
N-words be tripping, man. They trip, man. That's what happens, man. Shoot, man.
I want to go back to your story about your metaphor, your story about the fat person.
Yeah.
And only because this just happened a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was with somebody who's rather famous. You know them.
Mm-hmm.
They are, in fact, a comedian themselves.
Okay.
Actor who lost a lot of weight. And every time I see this nigga, now he fat hating. And I just called him on the other day. I said, Negro. And I didn't say Negro. You know, I said.
Yeah, I get you.
I said, every time I see you fat hating. What is that about?
Yeah,
you were fat for most of your career. Every movie I see you in, except for
you was a butterball,
except for the sitcom.
Yeah. Oh wow,
I'm not calling no names.
That's crazy.
But you always fat hating every time I see you. What is up with that?
Maybe I did. And like I said, there you go again. Like you can't. It's like I don't N-word shame. I'm not shaming you. I'm not N-word shaming. Hey, get pop. Stop it. I am not Cosby. Okay, I'm not gonna try to stop you from using that word. And you shouldn't talk about fat people. What you should do is encourage them. Now, if you take the stance of losing weight,
right,
there's nothing wrong with you saying, hey, listen, you don't have to be that big.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I got off of it.
Yeah.
But don't get mad at somebody with stretch marks. That's, you know what I'm saying? You got the stretchies. You look like a brown watermelon. Don't you know what I'm saying? But it's cool because you're comfortable. You're comfortable with that. And you're coping mentally with it. As long as whatever you're putting out there, you're able to by yourself mentally cope with it, it's okay. It's all right. I don't think it's a problem.
So now I'm mad at you. I was good with you until 2 minutes ago.
Oh, no.
Now I'm mad at you. So you actually referenced cars, but you didn't give us cars? Come on, Jay. The first time you did it, I didn't even cue you.
Just the people. I just didn't know what you wanted me to talk about today on the Tavis Smiley Show. Talking about the people and the things, and pull your pants up and stop using the N-word. Even though all of these N-words are tripping. They're tripping. They won't even give me any Jell-O pudding cups inside of this place. I'm so tired of this place. I'm sick of it. I want to go to the Jell-O factory and serve the rest of the time out because it's just ridiculous. It's just stupid. And the people and the kids and the things and the people and the kids and the things put together to look like a Monopoly board. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And then, you got the Trump with the racism.
Yeah, you can't mention cars and not give me cars.
I didn't know what you wanted me to do. I was like, all right, let me stay away from that one. I don't know what's happening.
Jay Pharoah is in the house. He has a new special on YouTube. It's called Jared. More about that, SNL and a great deal more. We're so delighted to have Jay Pharoah in studio right now on Tavis Smiley.
What's your quarrel with the world? You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know? The United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time. Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure